Howdy, folks. I'm a bit ashamed to say that I've avoided responsibility in my life as much as I could. I never even liked the word responsibility. And when I think about the word, it comes from the word response. It's really responding to what's around you. Okay. I thought that was fairly interesting because I never thought about the word until I started thinking about this homily, and I go, "Whoa!" I've avoided it all my life. I mean, I was a full-time student from kindergarten all the way up till I was 35 years old, and I guess if I could have gone longer, I would have. And so, I always kept my head low, and with as little as responsibility as I could until I became pastor at this church. And that was only, 6 years ago? And I'm 71. So, anyways, God have mercy, right? But having said this, you know, uh, the readings this week have a lot to do with responsibility. There's Ezekiel, God never calls him by his name. Even his name isn't great. Ezekiel means God will harden. Whoa, he's a hard dude, right? And God calls him son of man, okay, or mortal, or hey, you over there. Not very personable. And he said, "This is what I'm calling you to be a watchman." Okay, now watchmen's back in the day. The whole town was dependent upon a watchman, right? So you can imagine being up there in the heights of the castle turrets, right? Bitter cold night, teeth chattering, wishing you could be inside. Everybody else is down around the warm fire, drinking, having a good old time, telling stories. And if the watchman blows it, everybody dies. Okay. And so God says, Ezekiel, you're a watchman. Now, if you see danger coming, evil, and you warn the people, and they repent, then they'll be saved. And what do you get out of it? God doesn't say, good job, old chap. I'm going to give you this and that and whatever. He says, you'll get your life. You'll just live. High risk, low pay, right? However, if he sees danger coming and they don't repent, the people lose their lives, right? And but if they do repent, that's a good thing. You get the idea, right? Yeah. You get to Romans that are reading, this idea of responsibility pops up again. Oh, no one anything but to what? To love them. Okay. Now, Jesus, of course, said, your job is to love God and to love your brother as you love yourself, Well, we have this intuitive self-preservation thing in us where we love ourselves and put ourselves first, right? Well, that commandment is geared for us to develop within us that innate drive to take care of other people's welfare as well. It's It's kind of like the opposite of what Cain said after he killed his brother. Am I my brother's keeper? Right? Well, you are. That's called responsibility, right? And so we are to love, and love is a self gifting thing. It means sacrifice, right? So you're debtors. I'm a debtor, right? Responsibility. Then you get to the gospel, and Jesus says, when someone ever sins against you, and they will, we're all deeply hurt by what other people do to us. Everyone. And you know something? We've all deeply hurt others. So, when someone else sins against you, it's your responsibility to go to that person and say, hey, listen, this is what happened. And if they repent and say they're sorry and they learn from this encounter, this directness with all love and humility, you gain a friend. Oh yeah, you might have saved that person's soul along with yours, like Ezekiel, right? But if he doesn't, well, you have to bring witnesses, and then if not, then, there's a separation there. But, if everybody in the world just do this simple thing that Jesus is asking us, there would be no problems at all. Because what do we instinctively do when someone hurts us? We fall into resentment. We become passive aggressive. Won't tell them directly, but we'll let them have it one way or the other, right? And we punish people, right, by our unforgiveness. It gives this false sense of power over them. And when that happens, you're missing a golden opportunity to help that person out. The person needs help. You need more help than them if that's where you're at, right? So that's responsibility as well. So, dear brothers and sisters, face it, we have responsibility on an individual level, but also the church level. Matter of fact, our vision is full of responsibility. Okay? Shall I repeat it? St. Joseph Catholic Church will be the spiritual, moral, and social heart of Eldersburg and Sykesville through our encounters with Jesus Christ. That means we're all responsible for transforming this town, right? I think heaven's going to be a place of lots of responsibility, but will be filled with so much love that it'll be the great joy of just connecting with others. And it'll be easy. It won't be hard. There'll be no sin, It's hard to imagine it, but, Anyways, these are some of the musings for this weekend. God bless you.